Have you ever been told that you're too quiet? That your silence means you're weak or afraid? Well, what if I told you that silence could be your greatest superpower? Let me tell you a story. In a peaceful village, nestled by a winding river, lived a young boy named Arun. Now, Arun was different. He wasn't like the other kids who filled the air with their shouts and laughter, rarely spoke. While the other boys were caught up in their noisy games, you'd find Arun under the cool shade of a banyan tree, completely absorbed. He'd watch the birds dance in the sky. He'd listen to the secrets the wind whispered through the leaves, the gentle hum of the river. And sometimes, if you were close enough, he seemed to listen to the silent language of people's hearts. Because he was so quiet, people often misunderstood him. They'd say things like, "He's a bit slow, isn't he?" Or "He never talks. He must be scared of his own shadow." Even his friends would sometimes tease him. But Arun never let it get to him. He'd just offer a gentle, knowing smile and continue on his way. You see, Arun had discovered a profound truth that most people miss. You don't have to shout to be strong. You don't have to fight to be wise. One day, exciting news swept through the village. A grand competition was announced. The prize? A prestigious position at the royal palace as an assistant to the royal scholar. This was the opportunity of a lifetime. Boys from all corners of the village came forward, their voices booming with confidence, their energy almost crackling in the air. And then there was Arun. When he quietly joined the line, a ripple of laughter went through the crowd. What's he going to do? They snickered. Whispered his way to victory, but Arun, as always, said nothing. His calm was his shield. As soon as the signal was given, it was chaos. Boys sprinted off, pushing and shoving, desperate to get ahead. Many burned out quickly, collapsing in exhaustion halfway through. But not Arun. He didn't rush. His eyes were fixed on the path, not just the finish line. He noticed the hidden stones, the treacherous little holes that others missed in their haste. He didn't finish first, but he didn't stumble and he didn't fall. He crossed the finish line with a quiet, unshakable strength, and the judges, they noticed. Next came the puzzle challenge. Each contestant was given a beautifully crafted but securely locked box. The air was filled with frustrated shouts, wild guesses, and the sound of boxes being shaken violently. Arun, however, sat in a pool of silence. He held the box gently, turning it over and over in his hands, his fingers tracing the intricate patterns. He closed his eyes, not in defeat, but in deep concentration. Then click. The box sprang open. The judges were astounded. "How did you do it?" one of them asked, leaning in. Arun's voice was soft but clear. "Everything gives you a clue," he said, "if you're willing to listen." The final test was the most daunting. Each boy would face the royal scholar himself and answer a single question. This wasn't a test of memory, it was a test of wisdom. One by one, the boys entered the grand hall, and one by one, they stumbled out, looking nervous, confused, or utterly defeated. Then, it was Arun's turn. He walked in, offered a respectful bow, and stood in quiet stillness. The scholar, a man with eyes that seemed to hold centuries of knowledge, looked at him intently. "Hey, tell me," the scholar asked, breaking the silence in the hall. "What's stronger than a sword, but makes no sound?" Arun took a moment, his gaze steady. Then he replied with a single word: patience. A hush fell over the room. The scholar's face broke into a slow, appreciative smile. "Explain." Arun looked up, his voice filled with a quiet confidence. "A sword can win battles, but patience wins people. You have answered not with mere words," he declared, "but with true understanding." The next day, the entire village gathered in the main square, buzzing with anticipation. The king's messenger arrived, unrolled a scroll, and read the winner's name aloud: Arun, the quiet boy. Disbelief was written on every face. "How?" they whispered. "How can someone so silent, so unassuming, possibly win?" But Arun just stood there, calm as ever. The old village elder, who had watched Arun for years, smiled warmly. Sometimes he said to the crowd, "The one who speaks the least is the one who hears the most." From that day on, Arun served in the royal court, because his words weren't born from noise and ego, they were born from reflection and truth. Over the years, he became known throughout the entire kingdom, not as the loudest man, but as the wisest. In your own life, remember, you don't always have to be the loudest person in the room to make an impact. Sometimes your silence speaks more powerfully than words ever could. You don't need to justify your quiet nature to anyone. Just stay focused, be patient, and let your consistent, thoughtful actions speak for you. Being quiet doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're observing. It means you're learning. And one day, it will mean you are leading. So, if you've ever felt unseen, unheard, or misunderstood simply because you're not the loudest, remember Arun's story. Remember that still waters run deep. Let others make their noise. Let them have their doubts. You just keep doing what's right, quietly and consistently. Because true success doesn't always roar. Sometimes it leaves its mark in perfect silence. If this story resonated with you, please give this video a like and share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever felt like Arun? Have you ever been underestimated for your quiet nature? Your story could be the inspiration someone else needs to hear today. And of course, if you'd like more stories like this one, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Thank you for watching.